March 3rd, 2023. Rachel. In late August and early September of 1859, brilliant and colorful auroral displays were witnessed throughout much of both the northern and southern hemispheres, as far south as Florida and as far north as Australia. Professor Elias Loomis reported that while staying in Lewiston, Maine on August 28th, he could see light from the aurora throughout the night, even after he went to bed at around 11 p.m. He made frequent observations of the aurora between 8:20 and 11 p.m. Here are some of his early observations. Quote, "At 8:20 in the evening, I first noticed some remarkable auroral indications. Long rushes of pale white light were shooting up from the west and also from the east, and were directed towards a point considerably south of the zenith, while in the northwest was a large mass of light tinged with a decided rosy hue. At 8:35 p.m., the light in the east and northeast had also assumed a rosy tint, while that in the northwest had acquired a deeper red color. At the same time, a dark segment rested upon the horizon, its vertex having an altitude of about 15 degrees above the horizon, and its convex edge was bordered throughout by a vivid light which was nearly white, but with a decided tinge of emerald green." Unquote. This is from a long-running series of articles in the American Journal of Science, which documented observations and data from this strange event in detail. The series includes reports of the auroral displays from different locations, measurements of geomagnetism, and other observations. On September 1st, two amateur astronomers, Richard Carrington and Richard Hodgson, independently observed a brilliant flash from the sun, and much later, this observation was determined to almost certainly be a coronal mass ejection. The sun's unusually harsh weather caused the geomagnetic storm on Earth. Not only were magnetic measurements of the event detected, but telegraph operators reported telegraphs being interfered with by the auroras, erupting in fires, or even working just fine without being connected to a power source. In August and September, a telegraph superintendent named G.B. Prescott described the aurora's effects on the telegraph system in New England. He first notes that he has observed aurora's effects on telegraphs before during previous auroras in 1851 and 1852, and describes these in detail. He then describes observations he made during the 1859 event, including the peculiar ability for telegraphs to function over long distances, powered seemingly by the atmosphere itself. Quote, "On Friday, September 2nd, 1859, upon commencing business at 8 o'clock a.m., it was found that all the wires running out of the office were so strongly affected by the auroral current as to prevent any business being done, except with great difficulty. At this juncture, it was suggested that the batteries should be cut off, and the wires simply connected with the earth. The Boston operator accordingly asked the Portland operator to cut off his battery and try to work with the auroral current alone. The Portland operator replied, 'I have done so. Will you do the same?' Boston operator answered, 'I have cut my battery off and connected the line with the earth. We are working with the current from the aurora borealis alone. How do you receive my writing?' 'Very well indeed,' rejoined the Portland operator. 'Much better than with the batteries on. There is much less variation in the current, and the magnets work steadier. Suppose we continue to work so until the aurora subsides.' 'Agreed,' said the Boston operator. 'Are you ready for business?' 'Yes, go ahead,' was the response. The Boston operator then commenced sending private dispatches, which he was able to do much better than when the batteries were on, and continued to use the wire in this manner for about 2 hours, when, the aurora having subsided, the batteries were resumed." Unquote. Prescott goes on to describe several similar experiences reported by other telegraph operators at the same time. This remarkable geomagnetic storm is today called the Carrington Event, after Richard Carrington, one of the amateur astronomers who observed a powerful flash from the sun on September 1st, 1859. It is a reminder that the fantastic and exotic displays that we sometimes see in the sky are but trivial byproducts of the Earth's ancient and vast geomagnetic pulse as it interacts with the unimaginable power of the relentless sun monster, the giver and taker of all life. I'm Telesma Blue Orb, and this is my diary. P.S. to all my lovely listeners, thank you so much for listening. I am not an expert in the topics discussed. Please press the subscribe button for more of my personal diary, and share this personal diary with your friends. Telesma Blue Orb's Earth Love Diary, copyright 2023 by Telesma Blue Orb and Rachel Nelson. All rights reserved. Peace.